Hello everyone, today's tale will make you laugh out loud. Manoj, too poor for a meal, sought a job from his senior and Gaolai actually helped. Manoj aced his interview and landed a job at the library. On results day, Gaolai searched for his name like a treasure hunter, but it vanished like an ice cream, and though Gaolai felt a tiny bit down, he pinned all his hopes on Manoj and his gang, opening a free tutoring class with a big smile. Students just had to chip in a bit for tea to feast on Gaolai's 6 years of exam wisdom. After a whole year of relentless effort, Manoj was brimming with confidence. However, when he glanced at his grades, it felt as if ice-cold water had been poured over him, nearly reducing him to a puddle of tears. Gaolai totally got it, that's life. So he shouted, "Let's restart." Like he just reset his video game. From then on, Manoj turned into a study enthusiast, delivering tea to seniors in his spare time, full of energy. And this crazy study method really paid off. Manoj passed the preliminary test, though he knew there was room for improvement, like a dish needing a pinch of salt. To move on, Manoj went to the top tutoring center, but his wallet was flat like a deflated balloon, covering just half the cost. Manoj volunteered to take care of chores for repayment, and ended up convincing the head like he gave them a shot of espresso. While filling out forms, he spotted Mohan's signature grin, leaving him totally baffled. At a discussion meeting, Baying mistook Manoj for a tea boy, owing him a favor. What a hilarious mix-up. The head told Manoj they pledged 150,000 rupees on his likeness rights, which sounded like an advertising company playing a fast one. From a business perspective, maybe it's nothing, but for Manoj, come on, that's just plain scamming. He called out the institute for the big show, making the head so scared of a scene that they quickly refunded his deposit, telling him to make a quick exit. Then, fate had a twist. Dara walked into the library and saw him with the space book, instantly thinking he was an engineer. Manoj wanted to explain, but got so nervous he couldn't spit it out, and thus they became quite the interesting friends. When the teacher publicly praised him, Manoj felt like he hit the jackpot, getting 2 chocolate bars and happily giving them all to Dara. Everything seemed to be going smoothly, but trust built on lies was like fragile thin ice ready to crack at any moment. That day, the teacher asked about rocket launching principles, and Dara thought, "Is Manoj the engineer?" She stood up and declared Manoj an expert, leaving him with a mental cloud and almost giving her a slice of cake. Their relationship exploded from that, and despite his non-stop explanations, the damage from the lies cut deep, like falling into an abyss. To make matters worse, the library boss suspected him of pocketing money for waste paper. What a stretch. Manoj insisted on seeing the accounts, but the boss was relentless, even insulting his father as a thief, igniting his rage. This triggered him so much that he couldn't bear the mayor and the boss colluding to cheat the farmers. He held his shoe at the boss. After that, his father set off on his own journey as a fighter for justice for the farmers. After quitting the library, Manoj landed at a small workshop when his buddy Pandy showed up. Pandy saw the messy environment and questioned Manoj on how he could focus on studying, but Manoj simply walked away in silence. Pandy hoped he could move in with him so that the environment would be better and he could study in peace. But Manoj was as stubborn as an old mule. The second test was here, and when faced with the English paper, Manoj felt ecstatic since the topic came from the teacher's praise. He just had to translate it, but the harsh reality hit him hard. He felt like grabbing a small knife. He took another look, but the fact of failure remained unchanged. Unable to bear it anymore, he slumped to the ground, sighing. But he didn't give up. Instead, he headed to Dara's place. It was time to apologize and confess. Dara wasn't home, so he called, pouring out his frustrations over the failed exam. He gathered the courage to confess, but Dara on the other end responded coldly, which left his heart shattered. Disheartened, he returned to his dream hometown, where poverty still reigned supreme. When he asked about his grandma, his sister's smile had vanished. An ominous feeling washed over him. It turned out that grandma had asked his mother not to tell him and his father about her passing before she died. What a heartbreaking revelation. He told his mother to stop lying, saying the pain of truth is far better than the agony of lies. His only aim was to fulfill grandma's wish, don his uniform, and give her a big surprise. Manoj returned to the workshop, diving into non-stop studying, working hard like a robot. One night, his father came by, saying he wanted to take him home. After years of struggle, he finally saw reality. In just an hour, how can I ever battle an elephant? His self-reflection brought him to his knees. He returned to his old company, encouraging his father not to give up. He believed light was just around the corner. Manoj worked and studied crazily, 15 hours daily and all night, until he was hungry enough to open an eatery. At last, Dara came to apologize for her previous rudeness, but all Manoj could think about was diving back into his studies. His family situation didn't allow for a relationship right now, but Dara understood and was willing to wait. After a year of relentless effort, Manoj aced the preliminary test and Dara came rushing in to celebrate. Subtitles concerned that he might be short of money. Dara also suggested that he quit this job, considering that the main task required a significant amount of time to write the papers. However, things didn't go smoothly. He barely managed to complete 12 out of 20 questions in the main exam. What a huge pitfall. If you enjoyed our story, please subscribe to our channel and support us in creating more hilarious content.